Hello, guys, and welcome to the new iteration of the Take 3 podcast. I am your sort of host, also your engineer, Chris Dohmen. Here with me tonight, I got a great panel. There's pretty much all of us, minus a couple of people. But why have me introduce them? Why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Ryan McLellan. I'm the best person here, and I can't wait to do all sorts of fun stuff. We're live. It's exciting. It's new. Whoa, mind blown. Technology. Excitement.
Yeah, I'm the Dutch guy that writes some questions for the league and whatnot. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited for for this podcast to talk all kinds of shit with you guys.
I'm the Aussie, and I'm excited to be here. You know me, I'm in the fan movie Schmoedown. I'm the one who will be organising all the matches, but I'm excited to start talking movies and just shit talk.
You're doing a shit job, then, Jacob. No, just kidding.
And I'm Evan DeGraff. Look, I've never gone live with a video before, so I'm gonna stumble on a bunch of words, but that's okay because we got a bunch of other people drinking who's gonna stumble on their words a lot. So I'll level out by the end of this. I'm super excited to talk because we got a bunch of crap to talk about. We got a bunch of special guests. Okay, so let's take it away with the news. What are we gonna rant about?
Well, there are a couple of news stories that came out this week. We have a few trailers dropping. Of course, the Coco trailer dropped, the Wonder Woman trailer, which supposedly is supposedly the last trailer for Wonder Woman. I'm not really sure. And today, a new Transformers trailer dropped. So, what do you guys want to talk about out of those?
Not Transformers, please.
Please,
Indeed.
Anybody else sick and tired of seeing Transformers?
I want to say something about this overall Transformers trailer. This is the first set of trailers coming out of a Transformers movies where all the trailers have been consensually not good. Like, all of us can say that, and that's surprising.
I haven't even seen them.
Because all of the Transformers trailers have been good, except these last few ones have been awful.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I mean, the first one, I was kind of like, okay, maybe we're dealing with something interesting, but yeah, they've just devolved into shenanigans, absolute shenanigans, and I don't know who even is still interested in these movies. If you are, good for you, but it's certainly not me.
Yeah. I actually, out of all of these trailers, only saw Wonder Woman and Coco. I thought Coco looked really good. The thing that excites me the most about that trailer is that it's an original property, because Pixar has not been making very good movies in the last 5 years, except for Inside Out. Inside Out was like the only original thing they made. All the other things are sequels. Like they made Cars 2. They made Cars 2. It was shit. They made Brave also was shit, but Inside Out was good. But the thing is, like, they make Cars 2, and they make Monsters U, and I'm just. Oh wait, there also was a. Wait, to be fair though, The Good Dinosaur was a ripoff of Lion King.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I liked it more than people, because I love Lion King and I was okay with.
I like The Good Dinosaur. I thought it was underrated. People really had something against The Good Dinosaur. It was like a personal vendetta. I thought it was actually a decent, well-told story. It did beat you over the head with death and whatnot, but it was still a well-told story.
You're not alone, Evan. I've heard some people say that. So yeah. Personally, it wasn't for me, but
it's the only Pixar movie I've never seen in my life. So
there you go.
It's fine if you keep it that way. I mean, maybe watch it for just to know for like a Schmoedown or something in case it comes up. But otherwise, it's.
Yeah, I thought the
really
trailer for
to be
Coco
fair,
looked pretty good though.
Okay, because we have the world's worst release schedule. Good Dinosaur came out a week after Force Awakens. I was too busy seeing Force Awakens,
so that's
seeing Good Dinosaur. Oh, it was 3 weeks. It was about 2 months. Sorry, about 2 months later that we got it, because Boxing Day is our biggest movie day of the year. So every Disney movie does that. It's annoying.
Well, yeah, we got raking the dough on Boxing Day. So
But
And
yeah,
as far as the Wonder Woman trailer goes, I mean, that was a pretty good trailer. It was filled with action. I mean, like Case will definitely point out, there were some wooden lines delivered by Gal Gadot. But is anybody really surprised? I know I'm not. So I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not expecting it to be the Citizen Kane of superhero movies or something. But I know it's going to be decent. Or at least I hope it's decent.
Yeah, about the same for me, because when Ryan and I did our reaction for the channel, yeah, I had no expectation. But to be fair, it's still, you know, it was still a well put together trailer. The music was really good because Junkie XL, can he do wrong? Not really. And then yeah, of course, Gal, God bless her heart, she looks good in the role, but she can't act. She cannot act, you know. And come at me, DC fanboys. Let's go 12 rounds on it. You won't last 2. So
let's not invite DC fanboys.
please.
We don't need the comments to be like, "Oh my goodness, Chris Dohmen, you suck! What the fuck are you talking about? Oh my gosh, Chris Dohmen!" That's how it's gonna be. Chris Dohmen, you are so stupid. I can't believe you would say that. Gal Gadot cannot act. Haven't you seen fucking Fast and the Furious 6?
Gal Gadot can go waste herself on whatever.
No, she's a good human being, I'm sure, but she just can't act. That's all.
The thing is, she looks pretty and she looks the part. Like, she looks like Wonder Woman. I mean, that's fine and all, and she does action well. It's just her line delivery is terrible. And if you are going to lead a movie, please no. Also, in other related DCU news, apparently Aquaman got moved 2 months. Initially, it was scheduled for October 2018. Now it's going to December 2018. What do we think of that, guys?
Yeah, look, here's the thing. If it's for the sake that right now in December 2018, outside of Oscar movies, it has no competition, then good on DC. They're trying to take advantage of a market that is ripe for the taking, because for some reason Han Solo ain't coming out then. Avatar got pushed back again, so and hell, that might never happen to begin with. Third, you know, again, when you don't have a lot going on in that time period, and you have, you know, just what looks like it could be an okay film, you know, people are still gonna go see it. So,
well, you got James Wan involved. That's the only thing that makes me kind of excited for it.
Yeah, I mean, he's a knowledgeable director. I think it's just they know that they're in the boxing ring by themselves. They're unopposed in December, so it's safe territory, and they can make a crap ton of money from it.
Yeah,
I think this is the final nail in the coffin that Han Solo is staying in May. Like, Han Solo's not moving. It would shock me right now if Han Solo moved. It would be Disney stretching their, just going, hey, yeah, we have the power. We can literally do whatever we want. And it would be a very brash move, I think. But yeah, and also Aquaman moving to December, I think, is a smart choice. October, it's an okay release, but
nobody goes to see movies in October.
But
unless it's a horror movie.
But we also said that about March. Like the idea that you cannot release a movie in a certain month now, I think is dead.
No, but
Deadpool has proven that. March has Batman v Superman, Logan, and Beauty and the Beast have all proven that March is now a summer month.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But the thing still is, like, if you look at the record weekend openings per month, the lowest is September with something like 50 million, and then the second lowest is October with 55 million. So it's still really low.
Okay, Case, are you telling me right now you think that if The Last Jedi released in October, wouldn't make 200 million? Exactly. So it's like before Star Wars came out, no film in December had ever made over $100 million.
Right.
And sorry, like that. It's just there simply haven't been the films to come out in that month to get those records. So that I think is the biggest thing. Like last year, every month but September, October, and November had $100 million movie. So,
Hey,
anyway.
but something to say about the Han Solo thing, though. I think at Celebration, which I'm the only one going to at this panel.
Yeah, okay,
Oh,
sure.
you smug son of a bitch.
Just had to brag.
I think that's gonna be the big thing coming out of the Han Solo is the official release date of Han Solo. That's gonna be the big announcement for the Han Solo thing.
I think the
we
biggest
already
thing
know
that I think the biggest thing that they
That's
do
been
is
teased.
show a little teaser for the people present.
I mean, the thing is,
No.
though, is it going to be more opposed in May, or is it going to be more opposed in when you bring it in December? I mean, Aquaman is really the only big thing in December. Correct me if I'm wrong. So if they move to December,
Yeah.
I think they're less opposed than if they stick with May, because in May there's going to be a bunch of other things Disney.
Maybe they're
coming.
going up against their own movie as well.
The funny
Exactly,
thing, yeah, they're
exactly.
going up like Han Solo is going to go up against Infinity War. That's it.
Right.
Battle of the
Which is
Giants.
why I think they are still going to move to December, because they're only fighting against Aquaman, really. And what kind of fight is that? Star Wars versus Aquaman? Give me a break.
Yeah.
Fair
True.
enough.
Well, especially with that, because I hate to say it, but the DCEU is in such turmoil right now with a bunch of crap that's been going out. You know, it feels like Warner Brothers is just treading by water. Fantastic Beasts, I liked it, but a lot of people didn't. That's been okay. Now they're scared. It seems like they're about to reboot Matrix. I don't know why. Why are they rebooting Matrix? It literally seems like they're grasping at straws right now. What's the last ditch way for us to make money? And
To be fair, though, about the Matrix reboot, we only had one great Matrix movie. Then I think the second one is okay. I don't hate it as much as some others. The third one is terrible though. But if they could reboot it, not remake it, because don't touch the original Matrix. But if you can make a reboot call in the veins of like Force Awakens, I think you could do something with that, because it is a very interesting concept that you could do
It's a
things
fun
with.
world to explore.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
I guess my one gripe with Warner Brothers right now is it feels like that they have nothing planned, nothing to go by. And that's what's bothering me. It all seems so sporadic. Even the Lego universe, they're like, okay, Lego Batman's a cool character. We'll make a movie about him right now.
yeah.
The Lego movie was a fantastic movie. I'm not going to deny that. But you can't say that it was planned, 5 years in advance. No way. They saw the Lego Batman character was popular. They made that movie within 3 years, and it was out.
They're flying by the
Hang
seat
on.
of their pants.
Sorry, I am going to challenge you on that one.
Okay.
What says that you have to plan a movie 5 years out?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Where
that you
is that
have
in
to.
the rules?
What I'm saying is I'm
Wait.
following a trend, and most of the time it hasn't worked.
Okay, but sorry, I'm going to fight you on Lego Batman. A character was popular in a 2014 movie, and by 2017 that movie came out. It wasn't like it came out in 2015.
No.
That's 3 years. A movie takes generally on
animated,
average
yeah.
2 to 3 years.
Yeah,
Animated.
they
If,
didn't-
if,
they
if a
didn't
movie
push
comes
that
out
one
after a
hard.
sequel 2 to 3 years,
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah, well, no, what I'm saying is good riddance on them for the Lego Batman. What I'm saying
And
is
they-
a lot
look,
of
they
these
also
decisions
have
seem
all the
bad out of
Fantastic
Warner
Beasts
Brothers.
sequels. They have the Fantastic Beasts sequels planned. They are going to happen because the first Fantastic Beasts made money, and
Yeah.
it was
It's
actually
more the-
critically praised, because I believe it's like 75% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I think
I
it's
know, but there's
73, yeah.
serious backlash right now. There's a serious backlash.
Well, the biggest thing is they're planning as far as the DCEU goes. They have planning in other departments, but it's the DCEU where yes, they have a plan to an extent, but they question the plan, it feels like, at every turn, because they're always changing stuff. And change some things, I got it. Marvel has changed plenty. They've changed plenty. And same thing with Star Wars. But they have a plan, but it just feels like they're not confident in their plan. It's the confidence that I don't see, but I get that out of Marvel, and that makes me more excited genuinely for their films, because it feels like they know what the hell they're doing.
I
That's
do
the
wonder
basis
when
of it.
we'll get any news on X-Men though. What their next couple of
Yeah,
movies are
That will
going
be
to
Comic Con. That will be Comic Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But
by
can-
that
okay,
time,
can-
I hope we get
just
something.
putting Warner Brothers into perspective, because I think a lot of people do this, and I haven't actually said this on the record yet, so I feel like, and I haven't really heard anyone say this. So
Well, this is the record, so.
Once it goes on the internet, it never goes away.
it never leaves. I am branded with this. Okay, so everyone's comparing. Like, okay, most
Hold,
people.
wait a second.
Do...
I gotta get my pen ready.
Oh, fuck you. Okay, so most people naturally do compare Marvel and DC. Naturally, they're the MCU is here, but they're not. I think people have very short-term memories. After Iron Man 2, people were not impressed with the MCU. They had one good movie in Iron Man. Incredible Hulk was for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
They enjoyed it, but it didn't meet Iron Man standards. Iron Man 2 was considered a massive disappointment.
Yes.
And their next two big movies were, you've got Thor and Captain America.
Successful movies.
And they did not know. But I'm talking after Iron Man 2, people were like, the MCU is going to die.
But they already had a plan.
But they had, it wasn't until the Avengers came out when it really became the MCU with a plan. No, sorry, with further films, with, this is what we want to do. We have phase 1, phase 2, phase 3. Before the Avengers, it was, please God, let us do this.
Yeah.
After the Avengers, it was, we have an idea now. I do admit Warner Brothers is being very reactionary. However, I do think we also need to give them benefit of the doubt this early on. Okay, they are 3 films into a franchise. They are not,
but
11 films down the line with...
Hold on, though. Here's the thing is, Iron Man came out in 2008, 2009. 4 years later, they already had the Avengers. Man of Steel came out in 2013. We are 4 years later. And what have they done?
We're getting our Justice League this year.
Well, we're getting
If it's even good, though, we don't even know if it's good.
The issue
we had
is
Avengers already.
Look,
at this
the
point,
thing is,
so it's
in the DCEU, Batman v Superman was their Avengers.
Exactly.
And Suicide
and
Squad.
Sucked.
Yeah, and Suicide Squad was their Guardians of the Galaxy, and both of those movies, they weren't good.
They've had the time. They just haven't had the plan.
No. Batman v Superman was not their Avengers. Batman v Superman was their Iron Man 2.
No. That
movie has the same problems as Iron Man 2.
Well, maybe, but it was Batman and Superman. It's like when you get Iron Man 2, the only reason to expect anything of that is because of the first Iron Man, but you could already know that wouldn't be too great because they forced to make that second movie because the first Iron Man, and they were like, okay, we now need to set up a universe. We have Batman and Superman. Like
they've had the time.
A Batman they've never introduced, and a Superman who's only had one movie.
Exactly.
But that's not
you needed your Man of Steel 2 and a
though.
Batman standalone to get to that movie, but they wanted to push it out because they were like, we need to catch up.
They didn't have a plan.
Yeah, they were like, we need to catch up with the MCU because they have the Avengers out already. They were trying to do the Avengers with BVS, and it failed. And that's the simple reality of it. And the same thing with Suicide Squad. Even though both movies made money, they didn't make near what they should have made.
Suicide Squad made good money for what the brand was. I think Suicide Squad made the money that it should have. Batman vs Superman, probably not. But here's my takeaway from all this DC news from this week. It's almost like they're preparing for Wonder Woman and Justice League to be bad movies, for them not to be responded well. Because here's the thing: they brought on Matt Reeves to rewrite. They pushed back Aquaman. It's almost like this sudden thing of okay, we need to reset everything, and then also Matthew Vaughn maybe rebooting Man of Steel 2. So, I mean, what it's looking like to me is they're preparing for Wonder Woman and Justice League to be bad movies. Now, what does this mean? Should we expect bad movies? Yes. Honestly, I'm not, all right. I want a good movie. I finally want a good, fun DC movie. We've had a fun DC movie in Suicide Squad. I thought it was fun, but it wasn't good. But I want a good, fun DC movie. Are we going to get it? Honestly, I don't think we are, and that scares me. So that's kind of my takeaway from this week of DC news. I don't want to sound like a DC hater, though.
Guys, let's just move on from the depressing DC news. Let's move on to a little bit of a better story. I think we can all enjoy because apparently it was revealed that Darth Vader's amazing Rogue One scene, which I will still say is my favorite all-time scene in a movie, was initially different. They initially had something different for that. And I actually want to bring in a guest, our first guest of the show, to talk about this story with us. If he can get on, I wonder, Manning, are you there?
Manning Franks, our boy is here.
Yes,
Manning?
I'm here. Hey,
He's
you
here.
guys are
Exactly.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
Hello,
show.
everyone. Jacob, Evan, Ryan, Chris, Case. How are you guys doing?
We're doing well, man. How are you?
I'm excellent. You're lucky that I could manage to crunch the time to get here. So,
Nice.
yeah, I'm excited to be here, and you guys have been doing well so far. I've been listening in on the back, just kind of here, floating. So, yeah, I'm excited to talk Star Wars, though. So,
Yeah, so the story that apparently was the case, because we saw a lot of trailer shots that weren't in the movie, and that was because initially they had a longer third act, and they always had it planned that at the end of it, Vader would wreck shit. The question is, to what extent? Because that's something that we'll probably never really see. At least the alternative ending we won't see. It could be that Vader would be like wrecking the rebels that were in the Rogue One team on Scarif. That it would be like them trying to get the plans there, and that Vader would be wrecking them. Like, I would have loved to have seen that, to be honest. But Manning, what do you think of that?
on the fact of seeing the heroes die by Vader's hand, specifically, because I had my problems with Rogue One. I thought it was a good film overall. My problems with that was mostly with the characters, but that's neither here nor there. I don't... Killing maybe one character would have been enough. I think if he had massacred all of them, like as in a giant, like, you know, Vader saber throw type of mentality, almost where he's just kind of going after them, slaughtering them, I feel like that would be taking it a bit to the extreme. In the case of, he is this boogeyman figure, but he's also this character that, you know, he's a tragic figure in a way as well. So I feel like that would take a little bit of the redemption away. I mean, he killed younglings, but, you know, you don't care about the younglings. I feel like him slaughtering every single character in this, well, it wouldn't take away his redemption arc fully. I feel like it would hinder it and kind of leave almost a bitter taste that we already had in our mouth. Like in Jedi Council, it would be the end of watching, Jeremy Johnson said, it'd be like the end of watching driving home after Requiem for a Dream. That's how it would probably feel. Really depressing. And I don't want that, because it was already really sad at the very end. I don't want just to throw all of that on me. My heart couldn't take it.
No, that's a very fair point, because yeah, after I saw it opening night, I literally had to take about 10 minutes once I got in my car to get to stop tearing out. No, really, I will admit it, I was crying at the end of it, because yeah, no, that last 10 minutes is fucking gorgeous, from the way that most of the characters get crap out to Vader just annihilating everyone. Now, to be fair, it was mostly tears of joy, because seeing one of my favorite characters of all time just go fucking Jason Voorhees on everyone's ass. It was glorious.
It was
Okay, I'm gonna have to be the devil in this bloody podcast tonight.
Oh my gosh, what a shocker.
Oh, no.
Jacob's gonna be a dick to everybody.
Okay, hang on.
Did you see
Yes.
Wolves?
That scene is incredible, and it is a lot of fun. Before you think about it. Then you think about it, and you
I don't wanna
actually think about it. It makes no sense, and it actually makes Darth Vader a pansy.
No,
what
the
the
fuck?
Okay.
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 Sorry, real quick. Okay.
Let him talk. Let him talk.
Can I explain?
Please get the leash.
Can I explain? He has the Force. And yet, some guy is able to get past him past the door. He can't just grab him with the Force. That is, that makes him look like an idiot and a pansy. That ruined it. It should not have been. It should have been the guy was trying to escape and like trying to get rid of the plans the whole time and not care about his life the whole time. Not, quick, let me in. No, it should have just been take the plans and run. That's how it should have been done.
You know what's funny that you mentioned that, right? It
Yes,
kind of
Jacob, I
reminds
saw
me
how it
of
should have
Rebels.
too.
All right, this is
Yeah,
like
we
a
all
flip of course,
could've
but
ended.
no, but this reminds me of Rebels because Ezra doesn't always use his powers to his full potential. And now we see that again with Vader. He's, he could have used the Force and just grabbed the plants, but did he?
Okay.
No.
But he's not
There
Darth
is a
Vader. Ezra is not.
Right.
sorry. There
nearly
is a
as powerful
massive
as Darth
difference
Vader.
between Ezra and Darth
But-
Vader.
No. But I'm saying in the ways of storytelling, it's kind of similar because they're not using the powers that they have.
So
Here's the
okay.
Well, the reason
Here's the thing.
it was there. Oh.
It's just you're overanalyzing it, Jacob. I hate to break it to you. It's as simple as this. You're too much of a Star Wars nerd. I'm just as big a Star Wars nerd as anybody, but here's the thing. Sometimes it's as simple as a movie. It's just a movie.
I get
it's
that.
all
No,
fake.
and trust me.
And you
no,
hold on. Sometimes you just have to take it at face value. Yes. Could Darth Vader just crush the effing ship with just the Force? Probably. Could he just wipe out the entire galaxy? I wish. But the point is for the moment, just to enjoy the moment, just to enjoy what you see, just to take it at face value. You don't have to ultra analyze everything. Let me have my moment.
And I did.
Let me have my moment.
I did. I was smiling like a dickhead in the movie theater when that scene.
Well, you
happened.
are one, so
It
that's
are a
was
dickhead.
incredible.
Okay.
But-
Well, before we want to be yelling too much at Jacob,
Yeah, let's.
since we have a special guest on the show,
Oh, jeez.
I do want to shift the conversation now because we've gotten to some movie news. We've had some fun. Now, Manning, unfortunately, we're going to talk about a dark time in your life.
Whenever Jodo crushed a smack out
middle
of you
school?
in the gym.
His
Yeah.
Attack of the
Talking about middle
Clones,
school
per
today?
se.
Yeah, his Attack of the Clones moment, if you will, which was last week. We had the Fan Schmoedown League here on Take 3 Productions had its first title fight. Manning was one of our competitors up against the #1 contender, Jono Stowell.
My teammate.
Yes.
My
Evan-
dad.
Yeah. Whatever. Nobody
Yeah.
cares. Nobody
But
cares about both
he's
sides.
like the Jeff Snyder to your JTE, Evan.
Oh, no. See, okay. No, Chris Day is the JT in that relationship. Evan is the Finstock.
Ooh,
But-
yeah,
Ooh.
yeah, probably, yeah.
I'm not
shots
a loser.
fired.
I'm not a loser.
You are, bottom line, you are a loser, but it's all good.
You're about to get 4 points against Josh McCougar. Just saying.
Hashtag 0 points record.
Oh, well, but it's all good. So, but unfortunately, Manning, it just didn't quite go the way you were hoping in that match. But let's talk about your Schmoedown career in general, though. Because, dude, you were the guy who came right the fuck out of nowhere. Seriously. Well, I mean, no,
you may thank a certain franchise for that, but hey.
Wow.
Yeah, no. He's right. My first 2 matches, the first match, it was neck and neck with me and Ryan. You were doing really well, because I got Star Wars. Thanks, Evan. Thanks, Evan. You're great. Yeah, that was a neck and neck match. That was kind of like, if I had gotten Marvel 2, I would have been solid. There's a lot of solid categories, and then apparently number 6 is my number. I tried it again for my second match, and then I just kind of came out of nowhere and just that was a KO, right?
Yes.
Or a TKO?
Yep. That was a
KO. Okay.
That was a flat out KO, man.
That was a KO. Okay.
Final score 13-2.
Yeah. Okay. That consider that dumb luck in that sense. The fact that I got Star Wars both times. Yeah, but then again, I got afterwards. I got Oscars. I did well with that. After that, it was Oscars, right?
Oh, no. It was Spielberg in your third match.
Spielberg. I did solid with Spielberg. And then after that, I did solid with Oscars following that. Again, I know my stuff. It's just
Jono was better.
that last
Well, and to be fair, it was, and for the first 2 rounds, it was only a 2-point game.
Yeah.
It just, I should have realized that, release dates really is not your strength, because I would have made that a little more fair for the both of you. So,
and
Yeah, we went
that's
with box office results there. So it was every time the highest grossing movie of a year, but in the end, it is release dates in a way. Yeah.
no, and that's totally fair. And you know what? That's only giving me the drive to learn the release dates now, even more so than I had previously, because that's a big weakness in me. Because I don't know when something was released. I can tell you, like
The full
one of the
was it
Oscar.
2015.
Pardon? What was
The
that?
Force Awakens in 2015 or something.
Well, okay. Well, Star Wars dates aside, I mean, and it's not my strong suit. Release dates in general.
Obviously.
I can admit that. Okay, you know what? Thank you, Evan. Thank you over there.
What are you
Chatting
helping,
over there.
Evan?
Thank you.
What are you helping?
Yeah. Thank you. I just hear a little like a Crunk from Emperor's New Groove. Just have a little demon over there, just kind of like just chatting away, and it's like want to flick him off or something. But anyway,
Look, Evan is the guy who scored like 10 points in 3 matches.
yeah.
so
Wait a minute.
Shut the fuck up.
It's not me here. But yeah, and then after I got the release dates, I got horror, which another weakness of mine.
That was
so
horrible.
That's kind of like.
Although to be fair, you almost got the question.
Well,
It's just
yeah,
I
reversed
almost
got the
title, and you would
question.
have had the point.
I
But-
know that was me because I'm not abreast on horror that much. I'm increasing it because I've seen like a lot of horror last year. Other than that, though, not the biggest horror guy. I'm trying to change that. I want to try to be able to have a larger larger breadth of knowledge. So we'll see in the future how that plays out. Luck was not on my side at the time. I was not the Josh McCouga of this. I turned out to have a bad little match, but hey, even the Beast has a bad match every now and then. So.
True.
True.
Hey, Roka had his best spin once, and
Yeah,
now he's
Roka had his
now
best
he's the champ. So
There's always a chance to come
mine.
back.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
Manny,
and plus,
all due respect, I bust your balls all the time. Just,
I know you do.
but
you
you
bust
are
everyone's balls. To be fair,
no. Respectively though, you are the second most scoring person in this league. You are the second ranked in this league, and deservedly so. And you have a match coming up in like 2 months to bounce
Yeah.
back.
It's,
He's a
it's
third
a nice
ranked
little
man.
nest. Yeah.
Yes.
And plus, I mean, look, dude, I do not see anybody rising up to knock you out of the Ultimate Fan Schmoedown tournament. You will be in that tournament, no doubt, going for the title shot again. Hell, I would say out of everyone on this current panel, I would say 3 of us for sure, or 2 of us have for sure are a lock.
Yeah, Manny and Jacob
3
are a
of us
lock.
are a potential.
Even I'm at potential.
But no, you're not.
if I
No,
beat
you're not.
Day, when I beat Day, I'm a lock. So
True.
When?
And,
I wouldn't
like
say
that
lock
mentality.
yet.
Yeah,
I
When
wouldn't
he
say
beats
lock,
Day.
but
When
you're
he beats
definitely
Day.
a potential.
when he beats
when
Day.
I beat Day,
When-
because
when
that's not a
Day's-
question.
Okay, that's the mentality.
score more points. They probably gonna beat you according to stats.
Yeah,
Stats
but
don't
that's
mean
only according
anything.
to stats. I mean,
Although, according to stats, I shouldn't have been where I was. Let's be honest, because
No, according to stats, you scored 43. I haven't updated the stats since the championship. My bad on me.
I mean, like, first round as going into that, according to the stats. So though I lost at the very end though, because again, I'm the guy no one thought. As Chris said, I'm the guy no one thought could make that far. I didn't know I could make it that far in general, but I will have to give a shout out to because getting so involved in this. You guys got my parents to watch this, so that's
Hell yeah!
So
That's
they were excited, like, oh, that's so cool! You're doing this movie trivia thing. That's so cool. So they got to watch it, and my dad, he was currently just had back problems, so he had to lie in bed for a while. So he just binge watched some of these. So
That's awesome.
that was really cool, and I want to thank you guys for that because that was a really fun time just for us to talk about that because. They're like, how do you know that? I'm like, I don't know. I just know it.
Okay, just real quick, because I want to put you on the spot. Who's his favorite competitor?
Who's my favorite competitor?
No, who's his? Who's your dad's favorite? Who's your dad's favorite competitor
my
other than you?
dad's. Other than me, like he's gonna say me regardless. But other than me, like personality-wise, or along the lines of like, wow, he's really good because.
Wow, he's really
Kono is
good.
the one where he's like,
Either or.
Kono, obviously. I mean, he's the one where he's like, wow, he knows his movie release dates type of thing that time. He was really impressed by that because he's like, how does someone know that? Apparently, someone does.
single one.
And considering the kid only just turned 18.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, I didn't know that out until like the very last second. I'm like,
Yeah.
what?
It's ridiculous, and I'm like,
All right,
I'm
here's the
16,
thing,
that's
Evan.
like
Here's the thing,
smacking
all
me
right?
in the
Jono won, not you. You did not win. Just because
you still scored 0 points in a match.
Just because you're on the same team does not mean that you made a victory.
Just because you lost a case,
you
doesn't
did nothing.
First language
Evan,
isn't even English. Doesn't mean you have to be salty.
Evan, you did nothing. You did not do a thing. No things did you do. That's my piece.
Yeah, and you lost on a tiebreaker to a 14-year-old. That's the biggest thing you've accomplished. Well, big fucking whoop.
He won.
That's what he meant to say. English.
English, motherfucker, do you speak it? Because I do. I've been speaking this language since I could talk.
All right, well, transitioning from that, Manning, we're doing a fun thing this show. We're on track. Oh no, we still got a few minutes. My bad. Yeah, let's keep going. Let's take it.
No, let's just move
Too
on.
late at this point. You got to roll with it. Yeah. Show must go on. Show must go on.
Going live is fun. All right, so we're doing this game, and I hope Chris let you know this. If we didn't, then have fun.
Yeah, he let me know.
Okay.
But
so
what we're not as well, Brett. So
in honor of the good movie, Beauty and the Beast, that just came out that I just saw. It's a good movie. We each have to pitch our own live action Disney film. So an old animated film or any Disney film, got to pitch it and make it live action. Case is our judge. Each of us should have something prepped. If not, they told me that they're going to fly. God bless their souls.
Just wing it.
Yeah. Chris hasn't said much this podcast, so let's just start it off with Chris. What's your pitch?
Okay, so my pitch is here's my thought process behind this one. The only reason that you should be doing a live action remake of an animated Disney film is if there is something that you can do to improve upon what was lacking in the original film. And for me, I genuinely like this film. A lot of people don't. That film is 1985's The Black Cauldron. Oh. Basically put, this film should have been Disney's Lord of the Rings.
All right, Chris, to help me judge, you have to explain the plot and everything going on in this movie because I've never seen it.
Okay, yeah, not a problem. So this movie is based off of the Chronicles of Prydain series, which is a fantasy book series based out of England from the 1940s, if I recall correctly.
This was based off of this, which was based off of this, which was based off of this.
Evan, shut the fuck up.
I'll see you in 10 minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll see you in 10 minutes when he actually finishes the plot synopsis.
Basically put, it's a kid who is this pig keeper. He goes on a crazy adventure. He meets a princess. He meets a minstrel. He meets this animal who's sort of anthropomorphic. Sort of sounds like Gollum, pre-Gollum, at least in the film, which is a tad annoying, I will admit at times. But
shut up.
They go on this adventure. They try to stop this evil person called the Horned King, played by John Hurt, who unfortunately passed away recently. And again, one of the reasons I love him as an actor. And while they're doing that, they come across this to defeat him, they have to use this magical item called the Black Cauldron, which basically can resurrect an army of the dead. So basically put, you have a zombie movie in a Lord of the Rings type setting with elements of almost like a teenage romance. So, and again, because that's Disney's brand, is taking things and making a mishmash, putting it in a blender, and that time it didn't quite work out like they'd hoped. Now, here's the thing. Do live action, and not just one film. Do it as 3 films. Do it a full trilogy. Shoot it back-to-back like Lord of the Rings. And honestly, this could work. Do you need more case, or do you want a little, or is that good?
Am I allowed to say anything about that?
Live action.
I got most of it, so yeah.
Guys, any questions for Chris? Like, how he's going to integrate it into live action? What he can do
wonder,
about it?
Who plays the little boy?
Okay, so if let's say we were doing this right now, I would cast. No, this part I didn't come up with.
Just come up with it.
I would cast Micah Monroe.
Live, you can edit.
Princess Eilonwy.
That's
I would
a good
cast.
Who's the kid?
Okay, he's actually a teenager, but the main character Taryn would be.
Jesus Christ!
Shut up. The main character Taran would be played by oh shoot, what's his name? I'm blanking now. Kid from Kingsman.
Oh yeah, Taron
Taron
Egerton.
Egerton. There we go.
That's a good casting.
Yeah.
Minus
Taron
one
was
He's a
the
point.
one
little
who played
old.
Taron.
He's a little old, but that's all right.
You would have to age it up based on the books, though, because of where the books are at. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
So, Chris, my question is, how much do you plan to take from the books?
Honestly, you wouldn't have. Well, because now here's the thing. The first book is that's the whole Horned King story arc, and that is wrapped up in the first book. Second book is right where the actual Black Cauldron comes into play, and that's where you would have to basically. But I would sort of combine the first two books into 3 films, and reconstruct the story to where it could all just flow smoothly, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So,
I imagine this in my head.
so hang on. So you're not really doing a remake of a Disney live-action movie.
Well, yeah, because it's the same characters, same story, just with tweaks.
Okay, fair enough. Well, Jacob, since you're trying to call him out on his verification of his movie, we'll go to
now
you
I'm
next.
Yeah, I was saying, now get ready for a ripe slog here, motherfucker.
All right, come
Okay.
on, Jacob.
So here's
So-
Jacob's pitch on how to remake Kangaroo Jack. Go.
Ryan, you racist motherfucker.
I'm Aussie, and that movie was a fucking insult. We don't get offended, but that movie fucking offended me.
That's great.
Save that for later.
Okay. So I'm cheating here because I'm Aussie. We cheat.
Oh boy.
I'm doing a cinematic universe of all the princesses, and I am.
Their bachelor.
I am confirming the fan theory of Elsa and Anna's mother is Tarzan's parents. So I'm remaking Frozen, I'm remaking Tangled, I'm remaking Tarzan. Beauty and the Beast is tying into this. This is starting the Disney cinematic universe with Beauty and the Beast as the first film.
What about Jungle Book and Cinderella then? What about those two?
Maleficent
Okay.
too.
Let's tie this in. So, the king in Maleficent is Anna's brother.
Oh, Jesus, this is going to get so complicated.
Now for complications. Too complex. Can't handle it. I'm American.
Get the genealogy out, guys.
The
we are
prince in
live,
Cinderella.
everybody.
The prince in Cinderella is
Come on, spit it out.
the other
You're on
prince.
clock.
Is the
Elsa's-
prince? No, is the Beauty and the Beast prince's
Prince Adam's.
long distance brother.
Okay.
So that's how they tie in. Jungle Book is just a random story in the jungle.
You got 1 minute.
That's the offshoot movie. That's the Guardians of the Galaxy offshoot movie that might tie in later down the road
Oh my
when
God.
Tarzan goes, "I'm going to the jungle." No,
Lion
here we
King
go.
ties
That's what it
into
is.
that, I
Sorry,
assume.
no.
Exactly.
Lion King ties into that.
Mowgli, no. I am changing the story. Mowgli is Tarzan.
Oh, he grows up to be Tarzan. All right. I see where you're going with that.
That's my pitch.
Oh, Mowgli is Tarzan and related to
Wait,
Elsa
what
and
movie
Anna
is
in a
there?
way.
I haven't
It's
heard
the
of it.
Princess.
Okay, because-
Princess
Universe,
Cinematic
the PCU.
Universe.
It's the
All right.
PCU.
Got it. Who's next?
Yo, PCU freaking Ryan Butthead. You're up.
Me. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right. So there's a small film. Probably none of you have seen it. It's called The Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
It's my second favorite animated Disney movie after The Lion.
Ryan, you stole mine!
Uh, Steve Manning, you come here.
All right, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna fly some on the seat of my pants
Hold
right
up.
now
I'm
because
sure yours is different than mine. Keep your pitch because it may be better. Here's mine, okay?
No, it's going to be better.
So you have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. You have amazing music by Steven Schwartz. Amazing music. And then you have Tits and Ass. So I'm proposing
Oh no.
you have Game of Thrones, right? Game of Thrones over here. And you have The Hunchback of Notre Dame. And you just kind of mix the shit out of them. And so you have a musical with a lot of sex and violence in there. It's the first, to my knowledge, rated R Disney movie that's a remake. So you get that in there. So you still have the music, but in between there's this weird like Quasimodo, David Lynch type weirdness going on in there with Esmeralda. I don't know how you cast this thing. That's not my job. I'm just the pitch man. I'm not going to bother casting this thing.
Okay.
But I'm just saying.
Ryan, I
Yes.
do have to ask you who plays Quasimodo.
I think for Quasimodo, I think you do some camera tricks or whatever, but I think that you could easily get Tom Hiddleston in there. I think that you could easily get Chris Hemsworth in there. I mean, Andy Serkis. Actually, that's the answer. Andy Serkis with motion capture. And then you get like Priyanka Chopra as Esmeralda. I mean, you could get anybody as Esmeralda, whatever. Bring back Kevin Kline.
As long as she's hot.
I mean, you can bring back Kevin Kline
For Phoebus,
the captain. For Phoebus, yeah. Bring back Kevin Kline and him, Kevin Kline, and whoever plays Esmeralda are going to have non-simulated interrelations on screen. It's going to be very Gaspar Noel. Very Gaspar Noé. So it's gonna be amazing. That's
a good question. Hang on, that's a really big question. Who would you pick? A fucked up looking Tom Hiddleston or Kevin Kline?
Kevin Kline. All right, here's the thing though. It's like I said it would be Andy Serkis and a mocap for sure.
Okay.
Kevin
That's a
Kline,
cop out.
Kevin Kline with a helmet on. And nothing else. Just the helmet. Just the helmet.
Nothing else.
Naked.
Nothing else.
Helmet.
Wait, Tom Hiddleston could be Frollo though.
Tom Hiddleston is Frollo. Just put like aged makeup on his face. Yeah, absolutely. This movie is coming
Nicolas
out
Cage
in
and Frollo would be good.
First. Evan, you go first.
So,
I'm asking.
Ryan, what you just did this to me, you
Hey,
can't see
right. In all seriousness, no. That is really my second favorite Disney animated movie, and I'm kidding.
I know,
I don't
but
wanna
still.
The reason I did that,
no.
I'll just explain for the kids at home. The reason I did that is because I don't want to see any of your live action remakes. Get them away from me. This is how seriously I take them.
Nice.
Next person.
Well, okay.
Evan.
I actually am gonna take this one quite seriously. I just saw this movie with Case actually, and I'm like, wow, this would be a great movie live action because there is a lot to improve on, but it's still such a great story with such heart to it. Lilo and Stitch.
I didn't see that movie.
No, I was watching it while you were on call with me. But I'm saying you make your live action version of Lilo and Stitch. Here's a great thing about Lilo and Stitch. It's all about relationships. The relationship between Lilo and her sister, the relationship between the Social Security and Lilo's sister, the relationship between Lilo and Stitch. It's a family drama at its heart, really. And the Social Security is always checking up on them. Oh, you might not be able to take care of Lilo anymore because you're doing this and this and screwing up and da 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 da. And it's like that makes sense. Now the bad part about Lilo and Stitch for me is the aliens. Sometimes they just get off the rails and it doesn't really impacts the story the way it should. So what I'm pitching is a live action Lilo and Stitch. You can make this movie for about $60 million. Because Lilo is Stitch is a small figure, so you don't have to animate
by the way,
him that much.
How do you do that? Do you CGI? Do you puppet?
You CGI it.
CGI.
And I just saw Beauty and the Beast. People are gonna say, yeah, the Beast CGI wasn't very good. But now here's the difference. You don't need to animate that much when it comes to Lilo and Stitch because it's very, on the ground in a house or in a car. Lilo and Stitch is very much on ground, not in space very much. For what I want to do with it. I want to take the space part out. I want to take the aliens out. I just want to make this Lilo and Stitch. You find some reason for Stitch to come down. Stitch is there. Lilo and Stitch have their problems, but then the family learns to get through it. And through that, with Stitch being there, the sister and Lilo, their relationships get better, and it stays a drama at heart. A family drama.
Okay.
What's up?
What's the conflict? If you get rid of the aliens, what's the conflict?
Stitch being there.
Like,
But how does
cool.
Stitch
That's
get there?
10 minutes. That is 10 minutes fixed. That's not a 90-minute movie.
That's a short film.
I mean, he
right there.
just
Yeah.
pitched. He pitched E.T. is what he pitched.
Yeah.
He pitched E.T. So,
Angry ET, basically.
angry, yeah, furry
Very
A.T.
angry
A furry
Very
A.T. is what
angry.
he pitched.
Well, right, but here's the thing: with these live action Disney remakes, we can all agree a big problem with them is they keep trying to. How do I word this? They keep trying to add things that don't need to be added. What I'm saying is, you take away something. Okay, the movie's shorter. It's an hour and 20 minutes. That's fine. Movies can be shorter. That's fine. I don't mind that. I know I got places to be. 80-minute movies are nice.
Okay,
Especially
that's not what I'm
Queens.
saying. Sorry, that's not what I'm not saying about how short the movie is. I'm saying, what's the conflict?
Stitch being there. You have this
That's not
crazy guy.
conflict.
No, yes,
There's
it
no
is.
conflict.
In a family drama, yes, it is. Because
No.
here's my
That
thing.
will
Alright,
get so
alright.
annoying
Look,
so
Evan,
quickly.
you're out. Manning, please. push
That's
your-
an obstacle.
Oh, come on. No, everybody got like 5
Hold on,
minutes. I've only got
think-
2. What's going on here?
Okay, Evan, final bit.
Yeah.
Move on to
Okay,
me.
here's the thing.
Closing thoughts.
The sister, you have the girl who voiced Moana, plays the sister. The child actor, you can get anybody to play. To play. I mean, but it works. She's in the Disney family, so she's easy to sign. And then the guy who's the social security guard, you get him to be played by the dude who plays Marcellus in Pulp Fiction.
Oh, Ving Rhames. Oh, okay.
That's actually a good casting, though.
That's
I'll
really
give
good
you
casting.
You saved yourself there with the casting.
that.
And then to direct it, this is where I've had troubles, but then I figured it out. It's Robert Zemeckis. Because no, you don't like. I know you don't like.
No,
Robert
no.
Zemeckis.
Actually, I'm with you on that.
But
I'm
think
with you
about
on
Chris
that.
doesn't like him.
I'm with
His
you on
movies-
that.
Well, you don't like
Nope.
Robert Zemeckis, so it's whatever.
Chris
I feel
doesn't
bad
like
for you.
Robert
Back to the
Zemeckis.
Future is a great film.
It is.
Robert Zemeckis can tell, have that, keep it lighthearted while telling a great message, and that's what all about Lilo Stitch is about. Family drama while still having plenty of fun.
Good
I've
pitch.
seen Robert Zemeckis do that movie and it didn't work out.
What movie?
Fuck, what was it called?
Okay.
Marcy's
Thank
mom.
Manning, what's your pitch?
Yeah.
Okay. Did Jacob want to say the movie? Because I'm curious now what it was.
I will
Robert
find it because
Zemeckis.
I
Okay.
have seen it and I can't, and it just for the life of me can't remember what it's called.
All right, put it on the back burner. Okay, so I just found out about an hour ago. So I'm trying to, and then Ryan sort of stole my pick, kind of. He took it in a direction I didn't expect to go for that. And Hunchback is my third favorite as well for Disney, so
Mine
I have a
too.
lot of respect for it. It's criminally underrated and should be seen more. But most probably at the time it was too dark for kids. But you know what? That book is dark. That
All
book
right,
is really dark.
I recently rewatched Hunchback. I thought it was good, not great.
That's because you're Dutch
Okay.
and nobody likes you.
Jesus.
Oh wait, we're
Okay.
supposed to be nice to the judge. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Case, you're great. You're my
Dots
favorite.
points off slowly.
All right, Ryan, you're out. Evan and
Okay,
Ryan are
but
out. Chris, Jacob, Manning.
Okay.
Let's hear it.
Wait, really? Is he out?
Yeah, he is.
Oh wow. Okay. Alrighty then. Anyway.
That was harsh.
So. Yeah. But anyway, he's the judge. He has the power. But anyway, the story for this is most people's complaints were for the original Hunchback of Notre Dame or the gargoyles. The inclusion of the gargoyles felt completely out of place for Victor Hugo and Laverne. They didn't feel as if they lived in this world that we have created from Victor Hugo's novel. So in this instead, for this live-action remake, I'd be casting Daniel Bruhl as Quasimodo, adding some makeup. After that, you would have Charles Dance as Frollo. So you get a little Game of Thrones in there. And
Damn.
once you have that, and then I would want to cast, I can't think of a good solid Esmeralda at the moment. Maybe an unknown for her. But then for Phoebus, I would want to have probably, and this is just kind of like me just wanting to have Chris Hemsworth in there because why not? Because he wants to be this ridiculous, over-the-top, kind of like,
That would work
don't you
so
want to see Chris Hemsworth? Don't you want Chris Hemsworth to say, "What a woman"? out of nowhere, because that would
That
be
is
so
so
much fun to
perfect.
see him. So that would be ridiculously fun to see. But you're also keeping that humor, taking out the gargoyles, and keeping in some of those numbers while giving a bit of a richer backstory to the characters. Maybe adding also Frollo's brother from the book, Jean. What's his name? John Frollo. Thank you.
Yeah.
I can never pronounce it because it was like Gehan. Like, how do you pronounce that thing? I'm not French, but anyway, adding that to give his character a bit more of a depth to it. Maybe having, because Frollo is basically a bad guy who lusts after Esmeralda, which is he's my favorite villain of all time. But every remake we've had so far has delved deeper, for better or for worse, into the character's backstory. And I feel like having the main villain's backstory, and I feel like having that would increase our hate, our sympathy, and yet also our attachment to the character of Frollo. And I think also having songs in there, keeping most of those, taking out what are that gargoyle one singing? I can remember all the songs but
Guy Like
that
You,
one.
something like that.
Guy Like You.
Thank
yeah.
Guy Like You. See, because that is the low point of the
I don't
film.
like that song.
Having
though.
everything else. Well, it's not a bad song. It's just
It's a good
doesn't
song.
fit. It doesn't
It's a good
fit.
song.
Thank you, Batman. Thank you, Batman.
All right. So who plays the brother?
The brother.
John Wayne,
I didn't think-
reconstructed
no,
CGI.
John Wayne. No, God no. Since he's like 16, he's very young in the book. Maybe 16 or 18.
Tom
along
Holland.
the line. So
Wow.
Tom Holland seems. You know what? For the brother, let's go with shoot, what's his name?
From what?
From what?
The guy from I'm totally blanking on the name of the movie now. You know what? Tom Holland, we'll go with that. I can't think of the movie. It's gonna hit me in a little bit, so it's gonna.
Do
hit
I get
me.
points
You know
for
what?
suggesting
Tom
Tom Holland, Case? Can I get some points for that?
Nope.
Can I just have one
Hold on, I'm
interjection
looking it
about
up.
all that?
Holland. Please go ahead. Be my guest.
All right. So
Oh,
Here
hang
we
on, sorry,
have-
just-
Let Jacob.
Wait.
go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, Jacob, go ahead.
Just okay. I'm going to defend the gargoyles, except one problem. They have one issue. The gargoyles work when they're a figment of his imagination.
Right.
The problem is
They come-
later in the movie
they're
they
officially
show that
alive.
they're alive.
yeah.
They are
That's the
alive.
problem. You can have the gargoyles in it. They just can't be alive. I think the gargoyles are a beautiful and extremely well done representation of him
Going nuts.
dealing with the fact that he's stuck in this bell tower. I think that was
And
genius. But
That's
then
fair.
they make that mistake.
but you don't have to have that. Basically, pepper throughout the movie to where they're these over-exaggerated characters. They're like, I'm Victor and I'm Hugo and I'm Laverne. You don't need to have these caricatures of these of these
Not a bad impression.
representations of characters. What you would have is that, yes, make it like to where Notre Dame is alive. Notre Dame is his friend. Make it to where there are gargoyles, but don't make them central figures. Take them away and give them make it to where the point he is kind of crazy. Make it to where he actually has more of an attachment to the place itself and not these inanimate objects that keep hopping around and feel cartoony. That would feel out of place in a live action film.
I'm
So
with you on
in a
that.
way,
So
Just also going back to Evan's thing, I was wrong. Robert Zemeckis didn't direct it, but he did produce it and was very heavily involved in it, and that was Mars Needs Mums.
That's what I said.
Steven
you did?
Spielberg produces
Alright,
Transformers,
guys.
but does he really?
Okay. Case.
guys, so here's the thing. We're almost on break. Evan, you're out because your movie has no plot. Ryan, you're out because your movie will never get made and it's way too crazy for Disney, even though I really like the idea of it.
Thank you. I accept the award for winning. Thank you. I'm glad you picked my movie.
so
Oh, wait. I
humble.
lost. My bad.
So-
Yeah. So then we have Jacob with the Princess Cinematic Universe, which just batshit crazy, but for some reason I like it. Then we have Chris with the Black Cauldron, which is a movie I've never seen, but the pitch sounded extremely interesting. And then we have Manning with an actual thing that Disney could make, and he actually has a cast thought out, and that was also interesting. So it really comes down to what my personal bias would like to see, and out of all of them, I would say I would like Chris's idea in a live
Damn it.
action. So Black Cauldron,
What a cliche.
live action. I would love to see that.
What a
Thank you.
cliche.
But no, but here's the thing, though. To be honest, Okay, Jacob, don't take this personally because I know you did your best with
Jacob, take this as
not
personally
having
as you want.
And Ryan, I know that because you love the film that you just wanted to fuck with me. That's fine.
I just never want to see it besides
But
what it already
literally,
is.
Evan
Movie's
and
great.
Manning, I want to see both of your films.
Thank you.
Yes.
seriously
Okay.
do.
Can I just say? Can I just? But let's be honest here. Out of all of the suggestions, mine's the one that's most likely actually going to happen.
Yes, it is.
No,
Knowing
don't.
Disney.
Don't
That's
even.
true.
Don't
Remind
even.
me.
No, it's true.
Actually, no. Honestly, in 7 years, I'm like, Lilo and Stitch is gonna happen. That has a cult following. You know, like realistically, Lilo and Stitch has
does.
this cult
My-
following.
Okay, so
My-
It's
seriously,
going to happen, but it's not getting rid of the aliens.
I know it sucks. They're awful.
No, they're not awful.
They're
They're
not.
not awful.
Okay, so
They're not.
yeah.
Well, to wrap it up, thank you so much for coming on, Manning. You have been awesome.
problem.
Your
Thank
picture
you.
is okay at best. You're okay at best.
Appreciate it,
in the league,
Evan.
And you're
Thank you.
fantastic.
Thank you, Evan.
But but we have someone coming up after break who's a little bit better than Manning. We will be teasing him later. Thank you so much, Manning. We are going on break. Be back in 5 minutes.
Yes.
check 1, 2.
And here I am talking to myself. That's chaos.
Matt, turn off
What's
turn off your mic and camera. We'll be back in a few minutes.
All right.
Just making a little bit of lemonade.
Agreed. So, welcome back to the second half of the Take 3 podcast. We actually have a special guest in studio now, and I think it's time we have a little chat with him because he recently came back to the Fan Movie Trivia Schmoedown League, and we recently had him on as a guest host when Ryan and Kees had to get their little bitch fit out of the way that they were having for a bit. So,
which I won.
Which yes,
we fucking get it. All right,
biggest comeback ever.
Really, speaking of the live Disney pitch we were doing, it really was a Cinderella story, if you will. But let's introduce our special guest, Matthew Kearns. Sir, welcome to the show. How's your night going?
It's going good. Going fairly well. I wish I could have fought in that Disney battle. I had a great pitch for Treasure Planet, so.
Well, all right. Well, I got a question for you, Matthew. Because we got you on here for two reasons. But let's start the first one. You're here for the movie, for the Fan Movie Trivia Schmoedown. You came back for retirement. Woohoo, whatever. But what are you?
Fuck off.
Are you Matthew the
fuck
Kearns?
off, Evan.
Are you Matthew the unofficial Riley Kearns? Pick one or the other, or we'll have a second Christie in the league.
Well, okay, hold on. So
No, Dohmen, stop for a second, because I got something to say. Evan, listen. When you stop, you are the Finstock of our league. Yes. You just go on the backs of winners, and you think that makes you win. You scored 0 points. 0 points.
That's not the first one.
That was my point, Kearns. I'm glad we're on the same page.
So why don't you do this, buddy? Why don't you just shut your mouth? Or I'll shut it for you in a match if you want that.
Fuck yes.
Yes.
The sad thing is,
let this happen.
The sad thing is, you are ranked way too high for me to let Evan get massacred like that. So now, okay. But speaking of though, last time you were,
I changed. I came back. I wanted to reevaluate myself because when I first started, I was a little bit too much of the trash talk. So the machine is dead. I wanted to change myself in the league. So that's where the name change came from.
Fair enough. And with the whole unofficial Riley thing, it does make sense for you because you are Riley's #1 fan. I don't get it, but that's fine.
I'm not going to be like you with the unofficial Harloff. It's just that one time. I just changed my name to Superman just because.
Okay, and Superman. You know what? Since we're on camera, since we're live, you know what? I'm sorry, guys. Just 2 seconds. All I need. Just let me get this out right now. The whole unofficial Harloff thing. Well, I'm not giving that up because that's not my nickname. That's more so a title to let you guys, the competitors, the new fans, whatever, to let you guys know that what I do in this league. Oh, shut up, Evan. If you guys have questions, I'm the guy you talk to. Who's the guy who's more or less in charge? Well, it's me.
Oh, there he goes, freaking again.
The organizer.
I'm the commissioner, in a sense. So
exactly,
Commissioner Dohmen.
Yeah. So look, if Kearns wants to call himself the unofficial Riley because he's Riley's #1 fan, whatever, that's fine. But there's a difference.
Yeah. Exactly. So. And I'm not calling myself that. I kind of did that as a dig at Chris Day.
Well, to be fair, can we ever have enough of that?
Nope.
No.
Well, maybe, but probably not for a while.
Shut up, Ryan. No.
Hey, I'm just trying to be nice. That's all I'm trying to do.
All right, Matthew, seriously. Seriously, but Matthew, take us through your roller coaster of I'm in this league, but now I'm out. Why'd you go out? Why are you back in? Take us through your head, through your process of, your your story with this league so far. I'm interested.
Story? Well, I joined this league because Harvey told me that Kees and me could finally have our case.
Thank you.
Fuck off, I don't care. We can finally have a Star Wars match.
Okay, just gonna mispronounce people's names. No big fucking deal.
Don't worry, Brian. It's okay, Brian. Brian,
whoa. Major offense to that right there.
# shots fired.
We're gonna have a Twitter battle with you over this. Twitter battle.
Guys, I just want to know the story.
16-year-old girl, a Twitter battle?
That was a joke.
Yeah, just like your career in our Schmoedown league.
Oh my goodness, I'm so offended. Oh my goodness, my heart.
Oh, come on, Kearns. Your win was illegitimate. I don't want to hear that.
All right, so
It's all in good fun.
Exactly. So I joined the league because Harvey said it was they were starting this and that me and Kees could have our Star Wars trivia match. But then he sort of teamed me up with Matt Beard to have our match. And then after that, basically the reason why I retired was simply I was in my first semester, my sophomore year in college, and just the workload and everything. I didn't want to have competing in this and having to study up on movie trivia and watching a ton of movies to have on top of that. And now I've started my second semester. It's a little bit of an easier workload. I like the direction the league was in. I just wanted to get back in.
Okay. Fair enough.
Are you okay with that answer, Evan?
No, I'm not. I'm playing. Yeah, it's fine. But seriously though, you're back.
I'm glad. Yes.
You're back, and your win versus Matt Beer is less to say controversial, but it's whatever. We'll call it a win.
At least I scored some points in my first match.
Exactly.
Okay. Well,
At least he didn't get 4 Star Wars questions and didn't answer any of them correctly. So
moving on from that, who is a competitor that you think that you could potentially face in the future that you're like, wow, I like this guy, but I can beat him?
To be honest, right now, I don't really know because I'm only 1-0 right now, so I really have to wait for newbie week to start to be seen who would really be my competition. Because everyone else of all the matches, they're all ranked too high for me to right now be asking for matches. So it's probably after newbies week I would be able to give you an answer.
But you know what though, I do want to ask.
Mm-hmm.
If you could choose anybody right now who's had a match, who would it be?
Regardless of rank.
Regardless of rank.
If you've got a vendetta, now's the time.
Kees,
Me?
come on. You
You want a rematch?
Yeah, come on.
No, Case has somebody else he's playing. Case has somebody else who he's playing. And I'm not changing that match.
This guy beat me on a Rotten Tomatoes Star Wars question, not even a real Star Wars question.
Look,
of course I want to rematch.
you only caught up because the round 3 rule was not changed, and you could just run through the quotes. But I knew all those quotes. If the quote round would have been 1-for-1, I would have beaten you without that Rotten Tomato question.
All right, well,
Daniel.
I'm saying I don't want a Star Wars match. I want a regular match because I know I'll
Well, the
I'll
regular
go
match,
through,
we got to hold off on that one because I have Chris Day first.
We have to wait. Yeah, I can't wait for that match. Just
Well, Matthew,
fuck that fucker up,
funny
please.
is, you know, if there was some vein where you could have a match, you know, trying to build yourself up for the tournament, there's a guy who just also came out of retirement who I think would be a perfect match for you. You versus Aaron Turner, I think would be a fantastic match.
The record
if Aaron Turner wants to play me, that's
no. I'm just saying. I think that'd be a fantastic.
Well, hold on. The records don't match up though, Evan.
Yep.
We're gonna have to match up. He's 1-1. Matthew Kearns' win is still illegitimate in my eyes.
No, Evan. Matt Kearns is 1-0. Get the fuck over that match. He's 1-0. That's a fact. Shut up about it.
No, that was a dig at me. So Evan, double. So shut the fuck up.
please.
For like
Guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to this show, this is what happens. Evan says some stuff. Sometimes we get a little heated. It's all in good fun. Evan, we love you. Here's the only thing, though. Sometimes Matthew's a big deal. It's a big deal. You just run your mouth sometimes. We're okay.
All right,
come on, let's be real. We all hate Evan, and he's just sitting around.
To me, or
Who knows why Evan's here?
Also, no, but my point is, Aaron Turner has a knockout, so that could also help build up the facts that him versus Kearns would be a great match.
I mean,
Eventually,
if
He
Aaron
also
didn't
got
wanna play,
TKO'd by
sure.
someone, so.
If
Well, yeah.
Aaron
So
and me-
that kind of cancels it out.
Yeah.
If
Who
we
knows
were
what
to play,
future
sure, I'm
holds?
good
The
buddies with
ranking
Aaron,
works.
It'd be a good, nice. It'd be a fun match.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, what Jacob said, the ranking works.
Who knows what the future holds, man? I mean,
Yeah.
that's the thing about this league, and that's what I love about this league is you have no idea what will happen next. I mean, you literally have no idea where it's going to go because you might have someone that plays incredible in their first, second, third, whatever match, and then they just go up against someone that's completely better. And that's the thing that I like about the fan Schmoedown is because we're fans, we're not obsessive about like watching all the movies. We haven't seen all the movies. A lot of us are a lot younger than the actual Schmoedown competitors too. So we've seen fewer movies. We've been alive for fewer years. And that's what's so competitive about this league, is that we're all just kind of trying to claw our way to the top. And that's what's great about Kearns coming back, is he just adds another body, another man. He's 1-0. Motherfucker's 1-0. That's a good record to be starting with. To come back, if he was 0-1 and he came back and be like, oh, he's just looking for some attention. But 1-0, he's coming back. He's saying, I'm making a statement. I'm here to kick somebody's ass. It doesn't matter who it is. It really doesn't matter, because you know it's going to be a good match either fucking way. That's what I'm excited for. I just want to see a good match.
No, I'm all out of bubblegum.
Exactly.
Nice.
Exactly. Rowdy Piper in 1988. They Live.
That is an amazing movie.
That is a really amazing movie. But there is another reason that we did bring you on, Kearns. And before we run out of time, I do want to get to this a little bit. So when we had you on for the fan Schmoedown match between Ryan and Kees, you mentioned something you were working on. Do you want to maybe elaborate a little bit on that?
Sure. I am heavily inspired by Schmoes Know and Collider and the Cinephiles. I'm starting my first podcast. Simply titled, it's just Matt Movies Podcast. Basically, it's the idea of the podcast is we all love movies, but we love movies for different reasons. And so it's going to be me and a guest every week. The guest will bring on a movie of their choice. We'll both watch the movie, and the movie they'll bring on, I'll be like, so are you bringing this on? Is it your favorite movie? Is it a guilty pleasure? Is it an underrated movie to you? And so we kind of start off with, okay, what movie did we bring on? What are your general thoughts about it? And then get into, why did you choose this movie over all other movies to bring on to the podcast? And the podcast is really just a celebration of movie fandom and why we love movies and what they can do to us.
Nice.
All right, cool.
That sounds really cool. I'm interested.
So are you trying to do like a commentary, or is it going to be like after the movie is discussed? Or
No, it's not commentary. It's literally, we will both watch the movie separately. We'll come on, and it's a shoot the shit podcast. It's just talk about the movie and see what comes up.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Sounds very
interested,
cool.
actually.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you know what? Just for fun's sake, every one of us, if you were on Kearns' show, what movie would you bring?
Ooh.
Start with Jacob. Jacob's always got something in his brain.
Yeah, I would bring Good Will Hunting, because the 20th anniversary is this
one of my
year.
favorites.
Ooh.
It's my all-time favorite movie. It's the reason I got into movies. I have so much to talk about with that movie. Yeah, I would bring Good Will Hunting, and if I'm ever lucky enough to, I will bring it, and I'd love to talk Good Will Hunting with you.
That's one of my favorites, so I would love to talk about one.
Nice.
All right, Ryan, is there a movie that you'd like to bring on?
Yeah, I mean, I would probably bring 12 Angry Men. It's not necessarily my favorite movie of all time, but I feel like just never will have enough people have seen that. I mean, it's an older movie, so I get it. You know, people just haven't seen it, but I think that everyone really should, and I think that it's a huge example, a great example of what film can be like, and I think it's really well made overall. So,
and it would be so fitting for Kearns' Schmoedown career if you brought that movie on there, Ryan.
So then, Dohmen, I guess you're bringing Argo.
Oh my fucking gosh. Holy fucking shit. Shots fucking fired. A lot of fucks going around. Sorry.
Love you too, Kearns. You know, I'll say mine then real quick. But another thing before I answer, I'm gonna ask you a question, quick, Kearns. I know you're a huge Nostalgia Critic fan. What's your favorite review of his?
I probably would have to go with the old versus new Spider-Man.
That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
Great review.
Now, my personal favorite inspired me to seek this movie out, because I'm like, there's no way this movie is so bad it's amazing. But then I saw it, and I thought to myself,
no.
Oh my God.
No.
This is my kind of bad. I'm in love.
No.
2000s Dungeons and motherfucking Dragons.
Oh, okay. No, I wasn't expecting that. Genuinely was not expecting that.
I love that movie. It is my favorite bad movie. I would Watch that with you.
Can I just get a show of hands real quick? How many people here thought he was about to say The Room?
Yeah.
I didn't. I didn't know what the hell he was about to say.
I thought he was about to say
Dohmen
Revenge of the
was
Sith. So, I mean,
Here's the thing: Chris Dohmen will pull out the most obscure, weird ass movies that you could possibly find.
all right, then, Kees, what movie would you bring on Matthew's podcast?
I know that Matt is a big fan of this movie. It's in his top 10, I believe, of all time, and I'm a big fan of the movie, and that's The
Technical
Terminator.
difficulty.
Yeah.
Oh, technical difficulty.
And we just lost Case.
Oh no!
I've still got him.
Yeah, I've
Got
got him.
him.
Wait,
He's
really?
still here. He's hanging
Still
on.
here.
He's fighting.
Kees!
Hold on. Everyone stop. Everyone stop.
Yeah, Kees is here. He's live.
See, that's so surprising, Case. I swear you were gonna say Empire.
No, I was actually going to say The Terminator.
Wow.
That's
That's
a
interesting.
damn good movie, though. I
Yeah,
love
Definitely
The
one of my
Terminator. I
favorites
love
in
The
my
Terminator.
top 10.
All right, well, the movie that I'm gonna pick is probably the most obvious choice if you know my movies.
Oh,
I don't think this movie
Ratatouille.
gets enough love. I think more people need to see this movie. I don't think
Lilo
people
and
will
Stitch.
appreciate it for what it is. No, Ratatouille. Jeez. Here, all right. Real quick, here's my
Yes,
spell on
one
it.
of the most beloved Pixar movies does not get enough
It's not
love.
one of the most loved Pixar movies. Yeah.
It honestly
Look, it's-
isn't.
Fuck.
It's my sixth favorite Pixar movie. That is a
And
damn
also,
good movie.
Dissect the living
Damn good
crap
movie.
out of Ratatouille. There's so much involved in that movie, character, plot wise, and I think it's just be really fun to talk about with somebody else that actually loves the movie, other than Jacob, because Jacob's fun to talk to.
All right,
Yeah,
forget
all
it. Jacob's
good
fucking
choices.
amazing. Who cares?
Jacob's the fucking golden boy from fucking
Yeah,
Australia.
fucking golden child from fucking Australia. Nobody gives a shit. Margot Robbie, I don't fucking know.
Oh,
Just because you really want to fuck Margot Robbie.
Everyone does.
No, she's not Emma Stone, so almost it.
oh,
No, she's better than Emma Stone.
God.
To some, perhaps, Case. To some, perhaps.
But
Moving
you're
on.
wrong. But your opinion about Emma Stone is just wrong.
Okay, guys, we are talking about
Moving
female
on.
celebrities on a live show. The government is watching us at all minutes.
Oh.
Chris, I heard that you have some announcements to make about Take 3.
We do actually have a couple announcements, and this will sort of help us just wind down the show.
Can I do mine?
I want. Okay, fine.
Oh my
Because
gosh,
it's
Case,
mine.
you're such a fucking diva. You're such a diva. Oh my gosh. Damn it.
Oh, God.
Well,
So,
come on, Case. Get on with it.
Go on to today,
Get
Junior.
on it. I know. Yes. Okay, guys. So if you've been following my channel, Evan's channel, and actually Take 3 recently, you know that we've been doing a podcast called Between the Zones, which is essentially talking about the movie news of the last week. And last week we decided to do that on Take 3, and I am going to host that from now on. So from now on, every week on Monday we do Between the Zones
Sunday.
movie news. So
Sunday.
that's or Sunday. Either
It
way,
comes out on a day of the week. You'll find it. It's around. Take 3. Find it.
exactly.
Exactly.
Oh, God.
Okay, and well, so that was one of the announcements we had to get out of the way, and that was a good one. Second announcement. This one unfortunately isn't as good of news.
Ooh.
Now, there is a particular reason that you've been seeing Ryan way more than he has been in the last few weeks, and that is he is an active member of the U.S. military. He is,
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
no,
No, I appreciate that.
but unfortunately, he's being called to serve a higher purpose, and he's being called to serve in another country, and unfortunately, that's going to mean his time here is very limited. So you will see him when he can show up. It unfortunately won't be as often, but and when he comes back, it will be as if he was never gone, because that's how it is, because that's what I love about Ryan, is that he just has that personality that just brightens the mood of the room a little bit.
Someone play
and-
the Brokeback Mountain theme.
little bit, but
a little bit. Yeah.
that's fine.
and I don't know why I'm about to do this, but Ryan, because I actually, even though I'm not a fan of the man who is currently our president. I am not a fan of our Congress. I'm not a fan of the corruption that is everywhere. But never let it be said that I don't support the military, because I do. And because of that, sir, please, if you'll allow me.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. Absolutely. I appreciate that. Yeah. I mean, and that's the hard thing. I mean, it sucks having to leave, and I'm going to miss everybody here in the group and in the fucking fan league and all that. It sucks having to go away for a little bit, but rest assured, when I come back, I'll be back, and I'm going to beat the shit out of Case because I'm still angry about that. It still hurts right here. It still hurts. So, I mean, I'm going to be back, and I'm going to be back with a vengeance. So I can't wait to see you guys in a couple months. So I'll be around for sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that ought to do it for our first live episode.
Wait, we have one more announcement to make. What are you doing?
Oh my goodness, stop the fucking presses. Evan has one more thing to say, guys. Grab onto your beers, guys.
Jono's the champion, so I'm kind of the champion of our league too, in a way.
Jeez.
All right, Evan,
All right.
go ahead.
No, but seriously, we have a new editor now, guys.
We do.
We do.
How could you skip over this guy? He made the amazing banner that you guys saw on our page. It legit looks like we are the fan movie trivia Schmoedown now. We've seen a few of his cuts on what he can do. It's absolutely incredible what this guy can do. Abraham, if you're there, thank you for coming on already. Thank you for having this huge impact that you have on us, on our channel, on the Take 3 channel, on the fan movie trivia Schmoedown itself. We actually really do appreciate it from all of us. And I'm super excited that you're on the team. I'm sure Chris is. I'm sure Case is.
Oh, we all are.
I'm sure Ryan is. I don't know what Jacob thinks, because Jacob is Australian and it doesn't really matter.
I'm not on the team, so my
Oh my goodness. Speaking of Kangaroo Jack.
Oh, jeez.
That's where this
He's
show
just
is
found.
headed.
Why do I have a feeling that's now going to be my nickname?
Nah, we'll
It
say
should be.
Shots fired. But okay, so yes,
Wouldn't it be
Abraham
funny if
is
his
now
name's
the
Kangaroo Jack?
full-time fan Schmoedown editor. I can't wait to start working with him. I can't wait to see what his potential will be when it's fully realized. So obviously, again, guys, for real this time, thank you for doing this with us live. We appreciate it. And if you're not watching us live, make sure to leave a comment, click like, subscribe to Take 3 Productions. We really appreciate it. And for the panel, let's go around the table. Kearns, our special guest, where can they find you?
You guys can find me at my YouTube channel, my movie channel, whatever. Matt Movie 611. You can follow me on Twitter at Kearns_Matthew, where all the details about all my future projects will be there. So.
Okay, Evan, where can the good kids find you?
My name's Jay-Z. Also hard. Mother effer is gonna find me. That crap crazy. You guys can find me at DeGraff11 on Twitter, and you guys can find me on the Family Trivia Schmoedown. You guys can find me trying to call in on the Wayner Show once a week. I have fun there. And you guys can find me everywhere, because I'm everywhere. I'm watching you at every single moment. Jacob, you are not next. Ryan, plug yourself.
You are next. Where can the good kids find you?
You can find me beating the shit out of Evan.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yes.
Actually, no, you can find me at all the various social network media sites at Jacob London, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. I just post stupid movie reactions and my thoughts on the news and the movies that I see. Beauty and the Beast is going to make $200 million this weekend. I can already feel it. And go the Titans.
Wait, Jacob, are you sure? Jacob, are you sure it's at not? Are you sure it's not at Kangaroo Jack?
Okay, the horse is beaten in the ground. Case, where can the good kids find you?
You can find Ryan and myself actually pretty soon taking on Greg and Lucas in the Harry Potter Schmoedown. Very magical Schmoedown, of course. So look out for that. And you can also find me on YouTube The Dutch Movie Guy, and on Twitter at Dutch Movie Guy.
All right, and Ryan, our awesome soldier, where can the good kids find you?
You can find me representing motherfucking America on Twitter at Clan McLellan. That's
America.
McLellan. Go fucking Scotland as well. Fuck you, Irish people on St. Patrick's Day. Nobody gives a fuck.
Excuse me,
Exactly as we are drinking on good old St. Paddy's Day. Happy St. Paddy's Day to all you motherfuckers out there. By the way,
I'm Irish, so this all insults me.
Nobody cares, Kearns.
Nobody gives a fuck about you, Kearns.
Shut the hell up,
Get out of
Kees.
here.
You are
You're
an
never
American.
going to
No
be a
one
guest
cares
on
about
this
you.
show ever again.
and
You're never gonna be as good as Riley.
And then you're never gonna be as good as Finstock.
Damn it, fucking God.
damn. And you guys can find. I forgot to ask Manning when he was still on the show, but you can find him on Twitter at @like_Peyton, and you guys can find me on Twitter at my band Last Shot Redemption at LSARBandMN.
Good music.
Thanks, man. And guys, that ought to do it. Thank you very much. We'll see you next time. Take care.
Hey!